All right, so just a straightforward presentation of the writer's position. Now, if we're looking for evidence for this, and we go back to the text, I'm going to scroll up a little bit to, again, paragraph 3. He says, we have concluded to test your sincerity by asking you to send us our wages for the time we have served you. Now, why is this a useful example? Well, if we're saying that he's reasonable, instead of demanding the money that he rightfully deserves, Anderson simply states that he and his wife, because we're going to go ahead and include her, have, and then quote, concluded to test your sincerity by asking you to send us our wages for the time we served you. And you could put an in-text, or you should put an in-text citation here with the page number. I'm gonna refrain from that for now, but in your work you should be putting the citations. So what else can we say here? So now we're gonna add our warrant. By using a matter of fact, just stating the facts, way of contrasting the positive circumstances he is experiencing with the violence and the exploitation he faced while he was enslaved, the writer powerfully conveys that he would not consider Colonel Anderson's offer. Now, again, he doesn't say directly, no, I'm not taking your offer. Are you stupid? Which he could have, right? Instead, he simply says, like, you know what? If you would send us our money, we think we've come to the conclusion we deserve this money. If you'll show us that you have regret by sending us what you owed us, then we'll consider your offer, knowing that he's never going to get that money, right? But he is choosing the high road, so to speak, in saying that, you know, hey, like, I'll give you a chance to serve justice. It's putting the situation on the colonel's plate, saying, okay, I gave you the option. You know, you send me this money, I'll highly consider coming back. But the ball's in your court, right? Which, of course, we know is just a nice way of him saying, like, no, right? We know that he would never go back, because we know that $11,000 and some change is a lot of money in today's time. But I want to make it very clear, this guy is living off of $25 a month, and he thinks he's living a high life, like he's living his best life. So just think what $11,000 would be to this guy, let alone his wife. All right, so that here's an example of the answers to these questions. I'm not asking that you fix the ones that you submitted. I'm just asking that you acknowledge this is what appropriate answers for these should look like. In most sets of questions that we do, 4 and 5 will be your longest answers because they're the most involved. If you have shorter answers for the first 3, that's fine. I'm really just looking to see that you answered the question fully and that you're not just pulling something out of nowhere, right? You need to have textual evidence. And what I'd like to get you guys to do is to work on this including quotes. So if you could see here that we talked about this in the first one, 25 a month, kindly treated. You're not including a full line of quotation. Instead, you're just pulling out the key phrases that are most important to you. And this is a really great way to incorporate quotations or evidence into your own writing so that it doesn't, you're not just quoting a bunch of text, because, well, that's not an effective answer. All right, so I hope you got something out of this video. If you have any questions still about any of these questions or how we arrived at some of our answers, feel free to reach out to me. Full disclaimer, your answers don't have to be exactly like mine. They can be different. You could have argued something a little bit differently. As long as you provide sufficient evidence, I'm completely okay with that. All right, have a great day.